Am I a coward, sluggard, impotent, and what I count the worst of weaknesses in a successful king, still unavenged? After so many crimes, so many slights committed on me by that miscreant brother, in violation of all sacred law, is there no more to do but make vain protests? Is this your anger, Atreus? All the world by now should be resounding to your arms, the sea to east and west bearing your fleets. Fire should be blazing over field and city. The glint of naked sword on every side. The thunder of our horsemen must be heard on every quarter of the Argive land. The woods must give the enemy no cover, the mountaintops no site for fortresses. The people of Mycenae, man by man, must take the field and sound the trump of war. And be it known that whosoever here protects or shelters our detested foe, his penalty is ignominious death. May this mighty house of noble Pelops fall even on my head, if in its fall it crush my brother too. Awake my heart, and do such deeds as in the time to come no tongue shall praise, but none refuse to tell. Some black and bloody deed must be attempted, such as my brother might have wished were his. You cannot say you have avenged a crime, unless you better it. But how to find an act of vengeance terrible enough to bring him down? Is he resigned or cowed? Is he a man to celebrate success with modesty or calmly brook eclipse? Not he. I know that man's rebellious temper. Nothing will move him, but he can be broken. Therefore, before he can collect his forces or steel his courage, I shall go for him. Not let him come for me and find me resting. Let him destroy me now, or be destroyed. The gauge of action lies upon the field. For him to seize, who can be quick to take it?
You do not fear your people's disapproval?
Of the advantages of monarchy, the greatest is that subjects are compelled not only to endure, but to approve their master's actions.
Men compelled by fear to praise may be by fear compelled to hate. He who desires to win sincere approval will seek it in the heart, not on the tongue.
A moderate man may win sincere approval. It takes a strong man to enforce feigned praise. Men must be made to want what they dislike.
Let the king want what's right. Who will oppose him?
The king who binds himself to want what's right sits on a shaky throne.
No throne can stand where there is neither shame, nor law, nor trust, nor care for sanctity or piety.
Sanctity, piety, trust are luxuries for private life. Leave kings to go their own way.
To harm a brother, even a guilty brother, must be a sin.
Whatever might be sin against brother can be only justice in this man's case. What has he left untouched by his unlawful acts? What crime not dared? He took my wife by rape, my throne by theft. By treachery he won our ancient crown. He brought our house to ruin by treachery. You know that in the royal biers of Pelops, we have a famous animal, a ram of mystic origin, king of a flock of valuable beasts. Its back is covered with an abundant fleece of purest gold, and from this fleece is made the golden scepter borne by each reigning heir of Tantalus. The owner of the ram is king. The ram controls the destinies of all our house. His pasture, as befits a sacred beast, is in a special precinct, safely guarded by strong stone walls, which circle and protect this grazing ground on which our fates depend. My brother planned a bold and treacherous plot. My wife, the partner of my nuptial bed, being privy to that most nefarious deed to steal this golden ram, and from that fount springs all this spate of mutual enmity. Banished, I wandered lonely and afraid throughout my realm. No portion of my birthright was safe from his rapacity and cunning. My wife seduced, my sovereignty disowned, my blood disgraced, my progeny suspected. One thing alone was certain in my life, my brother's enmity. Then why stand idle? Where is my resolution? Think of Pelops and Tantalus. These are the precedents my hand is called to follow. Tell me, man, how can I best destroy that hated head?
Sword's point will draw out an enemy's breath.
You tell me the end of punishment. I ask, what punishment? The kindest king can put a man to death. Under my rule, a culprit should be made to beg for death.
Is nothing sacred?
Sanctity be gone! If thou wast ever known within these walls, come all the dread battalions of the Furies. Come seed of strife, Arinus. Come Megara, with torches armed. My spirit yet lacks fire. It would be filled with still more monstrous rage.
What new device will your wild rage invent?
No act that common anger knows. Nothing will I not do. Yet nothing will content me.
By sword?
Too light.
By fire?
Not yet enough.
What other tool can your dire vengeance use?
Himself. Thyestes.
This is worse than vengeance.
It is. My heart is shaken with a storm of passion that confounds it to its center. I am compelled, although I know not whither, I am compelled by forces. Here the earth groans from its depths. The sky is clear, but thunder rumbles, and from the house there came a crash as if the roof were falling, and our gods, shaken, have turned their backs on us. So be it. Let a black deed be done, which gods above will fear to see.
What deed is in your mind?
I know not what. Some deed more wonderful than mind can contemplate, more terrible than any ordinary act of man, beyond the bounds of human nature, fills my soul and prompts my idle hand to action. What it will be I know not. It will be, I know, something tremendous. Yes, I have it. Hold hard to this, my soul. This is a deed Thyestes could be proud of, as can Atreus. Let them be partners in the doing of it. Was there not an abominable banquet seen in the house of Atreus of Odrysia? There was, and truth to tell, it was a crime most horrible. But I've been forestalled. My vengeance must contrive a better crime. Mother and sister of Daulis, give me guidance. My case is yours. Help and direct my hand. What if the father could be made to tear his children into pieces, happily, with eager appetite, eat his own flesh? Good, very good. I could be well content with such a punishment. But now, where is he? Is Atreus to be innocent much longer? A picture of the murder done, complete, rises before my eyes, the father's mouth devouring his lamented little ones. What? Is this fear again, my heart? Dost faint upon the point of action? Call thy courage up. In this vile act, the most atrocious part will be the victim's own.
Well, by what device will he be lured to walk into our net? He looks for danger everywhere.
We could not catch him, were he not hoping to catch us. Already he aspires to win my throne. To gain this end, he would stand up to Jove, armed with his thunderbolts. To gain this end, he is about to brave the angry sea, to cross the dangerous shoals of Libyan Thyestes. For this, he will endure what he most hates, his brother's sight.
How will he be persuaded that peace is made? Whom will he trust for that?
Dishonest hope is always credulous, but I shall give a message to my sons to carry to their uncle. They will ask him to quit his vagrant life in foreign lands, exchange his penury for a royal state, and be my partner in the rule of Argos. Should he be obstinate and spurn these prayers, his sons, less hardened, tired of deprivation, and easy to deceive, will listen to them. But his inveterate determination to gain the kingdom, added to the weight of his misfortunes and dire poverty, albeit these have toughened his resistance, will surely bring him round.
May not long habits seem to have lightened his afflictions?
No, the sense of suffering grows continually. A hardship may be easy to accept, but very irksome to endure forever.
My lord, I would advise you to employ some other instruments for your fell purpose. Young men are all too apt to learn bad lessons. The stratagems that you would have them use against their uncle, they may come in time to use against their father. Very often, a counselor of crime has found his precepts employed against himself.
They'll learn the ways of crime and villainy without a master. Their kingly life will teach them. Have no fear of their becoming villains. They were born so. Besides, what is to your mind harsh and cruel, what you call heartless and inhuman conduct, may well be happening on the other side.
Your sons will know the trap you are preparing.
They are not old enough to keep a secret. They would betray the plot. It takes a man experienced in defeat to learn discretion.
Would you deceive the very messengers by whom you purpose to deceive your enemy?
Yes, so that they at least be innocent of guilt or blame for their complicity. Why should I need to implicate my sons in my dark deeds? Let me alone exact my own revenge. No, my heart. No bungling, no weakening now. If you would spare your sons, you will be sparing his. No, Agamemnon shall be a conscious agent of my plan, and Menelaus help him with full knowledge. Their handling of the deed will give me means to test the truth of their suspected birth. If they refuse the encounter, if they will not help me to my revenge, if they protest, he is our uncle, then he is their father. About it then, and yet a timid face can give away too much. In great affairs, the unwilling hand is easily detected. No, my assistants shall be ignorant of the importance of their mission. You, sir, say nothing of my plan.
I need no telling. Your words are locked within my breast by fear and duty, but by duty above all. At last, this royal seat, this ancient race of Anarchus, sees its old fratricidal feud composed, strife laid to rest. What senseless folly drove our kings to shed each other's blood and use such sinful means to win possession of a throne? Were they so covetous of royal citadels of power? Do they not know where only perfect kingship can be found? It is not worldly wealth that makes a king, nor the rich diadem encompassing his royal head, nor the proud gaudiness of gilded halls and Tyrian purple dress. A king is he who has no ill to fear, whose hand is innocent, whose conscience is clear, who scorns licentious greed, who has not bowed to the false favor of the fickle crowd. The minerals unearthed in western lands, the ore washed down in Thyestes' glittering sands are not for him. nor all the golden grain threshed from the harvest of the Libyan plain. He is the man who faces unafraid the lightning's glancing stroke, is not dismayed by storm-tossed seas, whose ship securely braves the windy rage of Adriatic waves, who has escaped alive the soldier's arm, the brandished steel, who, far removed from harm, looks down upon the world, faces his end with confidence, and greets death as a friend. Above all, innocence alone commands a kingdom of its own. This kingdom needs no armed defense, no horsemen, nor that vain pretense of Parthian archers who, in flight, shoot arrows to prolong the fight. It has no need of cannonballs and guns to batter city walls. To have no fear of anything, to want not, is to be a king. This is the kingdom every man gives to himself as each man can. Let others scale dominion's slippery peak. Peace and obscurity are all I seek. Enough for me to live alone and please myself with idleness and leisured ease. A man whose name his neighbors would not know, I'd watch my stream of life serenely flow, through years of quietness until the day when an old man, a commoner, passed away. Death's terrors are for him who, too well known, will die a stranger to himself alone.